All right, we've double checked that we're recording. We've triple checked that the headset is recording, so we're not going to lose any footage. Not today. We're not going to lose any footage because we're going to get some stuff done. We're gonna buy the axe and smash the gem costs off the cloister, and I think we're gonna solve the drawing room. I think I got it, guys. I think I got the tiny little hint nudge that I need. So hopefully we do draft that drawing room. Um, yeah, it was a silly thing. Oh right, I filled the fountain. We're gonna check the reservoir to see if I have put it correctly. And we're gonna continue to try to... So that was the sauna. Oh, all right, good. I still did get more apples. I am, however, worried that if I leave the smudge pot off for too long, that could be a problem. Oh, but really, I'm just wasting steps right away, but it's all right. I gotta go over here anyway. I'll try to turn them on at the end of the day. I don't know how long I can leave the smudge pots off without hurting my apple harvest. But I have to have the smudge pots off in order to take that path down to the reservoir. Oh, do we want to do a school day? Guess it's better than nothing. I don't really want to go in there, though. Do I have to activate it? Maybe I have to activate it. I don't know. Nothing really in here to grab. I really wonder if this Herbie is great Uncle Sinclair from very, very long ago. Because it wouldn't make sense based on the dates for it to be my own brother. Alright. Well, we got so many steps. Gems are a problem, and redraft is a problem. Blessing of the Gardener. So what? So it's going to be courtyards and school rooms today, huh? Oh, and the library. All right, actually, this matters. First and foremost, I need to see if there's anything in this book. Route 8, depart, keep left to Tanner Fork. Right? Is there a map in here? Well, there's Tanner Fork. Right there, but... Route 8? I don't know which of these is Route 8. Depart, keep left to Tanner Fork. Oh, you know what? Maybe I need a magnifying glass to better read this. Yeah, I probably do. Okay, hopefully I find a magnifying glass at some point today. Maybe I have one in the coat check? I'll come back and take a better look at this, because that's definitely Tanner Fork there. But what Route 8 is... keep left to Tanner Fork. Record all stops. I'll record each stop on the way. Not sure. But we can get a rare room in here. Well, classroom. Sure. And I can draw new floor plans, which helps. Maybe I can get beyond rank 5 today. Maybe I just do my absolute most. I don't think there's anything for me to really look at in the classroom. I already took copious notes. Oh, another classroom. Sweet. Yeah, we're off to a decent start. At some point, we're going to need more gems. Get another? We're just going to draft for classrooms, basically. And then when we're done... Hey, look, another classroom. Sweet. Already at grade 3. And we can do all of these redrafts because of the way classroom works. I just have to say, I've said it before, but I cannot believe how many hints they give you about this art puzzle, given how few hints there are about so many other things. I mean, there's the whole study, and there's the grade 5 classroom, and there's the thing in the commissary, the with and without, and there's this. It's just like, it's crazy how they beat that into your head. All right, so now gems. The one problem with doing this is, of course, gems are now kind of a problem. But I can fix that with courtyards or a storeroom. But I should probably give myself at least 2 ways forward here. Steps are not much of a problem. Wow. Do I want to take another classroom right away? Cause serious problems to myself, but I can't turn it down. Alright, I may have gotten too greedy on these guys. Need something that goes right. But this way we can get redraws. Until we get something that goes right. I have no gems. So let's just take bedroom. And now we're going to be at the edge, so hopefully we can start to... Oh, but I can't take a conservatory. Oh boy. Alright, oh, sorry, a conservatory. A courtyard. I could be in trouble here. I have to do kitchen. Oops, uh-oh. Whoops, I got too greedy, everyone. I got too greedy. Shit. Alright, well, that's a schoolyard lesson, I suppose. I mean, I could go to the foundation, but I don't have a security card, so I can't take the elevator. That's a shame. I got to grade 4 so fast. But I didn't have enough gems. Well, maybe that's the argument for, maybe that's the argument for using the axe to knock the gem cost off the classroom. I burned my gems too fast. That was silly. That's a shame. That was a really good start to a deep classroom run day. Alright, well, since we have the day, let's just go down here and see if by chance I've set the reservoir to the right thing. I poo-pooed getting this elevator at first, but I didn't think about it enough because there's no way I'd be able to take the fountain entrance down right now. The fountain has to be refilled for me to have the reservoir a little bit drained. Alright, that's the chess puzzle. I don't remember which way it is. Is it through here? Yeah, this takes me up the torch chamber. Nope, nope, not there. Over to here, and let's see. Alright, it's got to be a little higher than this if I want to be able to get into this boat. Why I want to be able to get into this boat, I'm not sure, but I think it matters. So maybe like 2 more notches full. I only say it because I'm curious. And this right here, right, this is the fountain entrance. Okay. Well, I guess one more thing I should probably do is go turn the smudge pots back on. I mean, they're easy enough to turn back off. Bit of a waste of time today. But a lesson learned. Because classrooms cost a gem and don't give you one, you can't go crazy with them. So, go back to our smudge pot, turn it back on, and we can turn it off again when we need to use this elevator. It would be cool if, also, aren't we close to the new year? It's, because we had Christmas, we must have passed the new year now. We must be in, 1994. Can't make it down that way, so yeah, the apples are over here. I'm gonna hustle over there and make sure I don't lose my step bonus. I think there are probably better build outs for a classroom run day, but I couldn't turn it down when it gave it to me. I just got too greedy. Because in the past I've had so much trouble finding all the classrooms. Alright, let's just make sure we get these smudge pots going again. Yeah, that'll turn that one off, but this right here is going and doing that because, based on what the gardener said, right, when the smudge pots are not in use, smudge pots are a critical necessity thanks to cold temperatures and high altitude, prevent frost, and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure apples. But when it's when they're not in use, this should be turned off. Okay. All right. Really, I'm not mistaking this, right? I really did just build myself into a total trap. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Mistakes. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. We'll call it a day and start again. And at least now I know that that reservoir needs to be a little bit higher. Maybe just one notch away from the top. I'm sure I can make that work. Although, again, I'm not entirely sure what that will let me do, except maybe cross it. But that's not, you know... There's no real mystery about what's on the other side. Still, it seems like a thing that has to be done at some point. The real thing, of course, is draining the whole sucker. Alright, day 61 was a total wash. We apologize. Alright. We're starting with not a lot today. 2 gems and 16 coins. It's a pretty weak start. No morning room. No much of anything. Maybe we can make tomb and make some progress towards that. Trading post or shrine. Alright, I think we could use a blessing of some sort. Ooh. Take back. Oh, shoot! I still have a blessing. Oh, well, that's a waste. That's a total waste. Well, this might not be a good day, guys. I didn't even realize it would give me shrine as an option. Actually, hold on a second, though. What if... I realize I'm wasting steps here, but what if... Let's try this. Let's take back gold. You have been cursed! Ha 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 ha! That scared the hell out of me. Each time you draft a bedroom, each time you draft a hallway, lose curse duration 2 days. Wait. No, Ooh, brutal. I thought maybe I could redonate and get a new blessing. Oh, these are going to be some bad days. Cursed. Well, now I learned. Each time you draft a hallway, you lose a key. Green room, lose a gem. Lose all of the above. Well, I mean, I could just burn these 2 days then. What am I even going to do with these 2 days? I could just try to do a money run. Right, do I lose money? Each time you draft a shop, lose a... That's not a lot. Let's just try to do a money run and buy something from the armory for these days. Lose a key? I can't... Doesn't matter. Our goal is money. Our goal is to have enough money to... The orange gives me 5. Yeah, okay. So I figured out what that note actually means. Patio. Sure. But that's gonna... I guess it had to happen once. First duration 2 days. Curse mode. Okay. Well, there were some benefits to playing in curse mode, I recall. What's the curse for drafting a bedroom? Lose a step? That's fine. Gain steps. So bedrooms are actually good. Aquarium, chapel, storeroom. Oh, that's right. Oh, a red room means I lose one of everything. That was a mistake. Playing in curse mode. Gonna need those keys. I'll just take breakfast nook though. Alright, can't draft red rooms today at all. And just do the observatory. Get whatever benefits I can from this thing. Green rooms have special flowers. I get a key. Alright, hallways cost me keys. Alright, well I learned what curse mode means. And there's special challenges for it, which is entertaining. But I'm not at the point where I'm strong enough to withstand a curse mode for very long. Passageway, empty closet. I'll just get a storeroom because apparently I'm going to need every item I can get today. I mean, hey, I can still get some things done. But probably the next day I'm just going to quit it. It's going to make me lose a key, but... Music room? That will give me keys. Cost me 2 gems. Can I afford that? No, let's just make the breaker box. Because... Let's see. What's the trophy? I don't remember what the trophy is. Is it like reach room 46 while playing in curse mode? I need more things for that. Just make our useless rooms. Library. Well, okay, actually, let's do this. So at the very least from this day, we can take that back out and hopefully be able to get a magnifying glass. Trophy room. Can't happen. Why is it? Well, that's actually going to end my day. Because I don't have the gems to make that. This will give me more keys tomorrow. So, sure. Oops. I got cursed, everybody. Let's try again. We got one more day of this curse. A couple of lost days here. Right. So, suppose we can go see what we can make. I just thought maybe I could change my blessing. I thought I could take some money back and then give him... In fact, that stupid statue, I was going to give you even more money. Terribly rude. Ooh. Well, let's do this. Maybe I can manage to get that burning glass at the very least. Although hovel was actually tempting today because I have a lot more steps than gems. Curse mode is brutal. Let's see where we go with it. Let's don't burn a key. Sure. Lab? Or just storeroom? I just need things. Being cursed, I need whatever I can get. Or maybe I should have done lab so you can start an experiment. This is fine. Again, I'm messing around today. It really doesn't matter. I got one more day of the curse. Just draft blue rooms and get things. Try to get morning room and set up for tomorrow. Oh, I don't want to do that. This will cost me a key. Don't want to draft red rooms. Almost should just do this. Let's just do this. Get set up for tomorrow. Who even cares if today goes poorly? I'm not trying to prove anything, not yet. Someday in the future, we will do a curse mode run. Oh, okay. Well, we're getting at least taking care of this. All right, everybody. So I'm glad for this. So thanks to my commenters who said something along the line of, "Can you make two numbers?" And I'm like, "Make two numbers? How?" And then I thought about it, and I realized, what am I counting? There are women's gates, and then there are men's small gates. And now, if you sort of look at it closely, if you stretch your imagination a little bit, I could kind of see this being an M, right? Leg M for like month. And then could this be day somehow? Just like a D for day. I know it doesn't matter. So if this is correct, that the number is actually the men's gates versus the women's gates, it doesn't matter which one comes first because European and American gates go differently. I'm sure our gates are mostly the same. But anyways, let's count men's small gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, okay, then my month and day thing is bullshit because there is no 14 day. So that would have to be the day. Now let's count our women's small gates. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't add up. I know there's 19 total. I must have missed one. Women's small gates. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I mess up the men's? Let me do again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. 415. That would have to make the women the month and the men the day. I really feel like I got it this time, guys. Hey! That took work. I was so stuck on the idea that there are 4 walls and 4 numbers. And the fact that there is a picture on this wall. And alright, somebody else said, look at Uncle Sing. God damn it. Okay. Alright. I should have seen that. Oh, that's funny. Somebody said, look at him. He's got a little treat for you didn't notice. Yep. Okay, that's how I should have known to click that. All right, but we got a gem and some more backstory. 6 of 8. Dearest Mary, I know the events of the past year have catapulted you into a world you may not have been ready for. It's cruel the way time rips through our lives. I see April 15, 4/15. That was the date of the letter. Leaving them barren and fruitless like wind-scarred plains. Throughout this all, I know your principal concern has always been Simon. You didn't need to confide in me yesterday for me to realize that fact. Everyone who knows you understands this. I will take full responsibility to ensure that regardless of how your current project pans out, Simon is shielded from any fallout and, God forbid, repercussions. A child should never suffer the iniquity of their parents. I, of course, write you all this in the hope that I can set your mind at peace when imagining the worst-case scenarios, not because I think such an outcome is likely. No, Mary, I have few apprehensions and fewer fears. Assuming everything goes according to plan, you should be reunited with Simon again before his 10th birthday. And while 2 years might seem like so I was 8 when she disappeared. While 2 years might seem like an eternity to a mother, or 7, I've always heard the days pass by more quickly in the East. As for me and you, I have already come to terms that our meeting yesterday was very likely our last. I am too old and too stubborn to ever leave this place. I am too attached to the home our family has built up room by room. Yes, I have a strong premonition I will be buried in red soil under red flags, a compromise I know you yourself would never accept. It's been a joy watching you grow up and getting to know you. Your mother and I spoke of little else during your school days. I know she'd feel the same bittersweet pride I feel now to see you following in your father's footsteps and making the same sacrifices he did. Farewell, my Marigold, lowercase Marigold. We may yet meet again, your Uncle Herbert. So, Mom vanished for a project. Some political project against the Fenaries regime. You know, and that appears to be following her father's footsteps, and her father was Simon. So Simon, I guess, was also an anti-royalist. Buried in red soil under red flags, which he is not happy about, but will accept in a way she will not. Now, I do think I need to look back at the archives, again, a little more at her story, because I think she was involved in some sort of great larceny, right? Some sort of, I don't want to say terrorist, but very activist, anti-royalist activity. Activist activity. Yeah. That breaks it down. And Uncle Herbert took responsibility for making sure that I was protected from it. All right, 4 of 8. Still cursed though, so not the best. But hey, we got another one of these. Let's get some stuff. Stupid empty closet, especially bad on a day that do I want redraws? Do I have exactly 2 shops? I don't. I'm gonna take a redraw. Library. Oh boy. Sure. Why not? I got my book back. Oh, hey, look. There's. All right. That's convenient. Do I have the tomb? Okay. So now I need to find a metal detector. All right, but let's see if I'm missing anything here. Reddington. Tanner Fork. No, I was hoping I would see something here that indicated a Route 8. Route 8, depart, keep left. Does Route 8 get mentioned here? Although I should probably give this another read as well. Some things here that are useful. So let's see if anything here is in a new light based on what I've subsequently learned. Third largest city in Fenaries and the site of its former capital, Reddington is synonymous with mountains, mystery, and magic. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk and don't get much further than the botanical gardens. However, Reddington has much more to offer. Spectacular scenery. Yep. All right. I don't think anything's... Botanical gardens. A specimen of holly unique to the Reddington Mountains. Yep, well, that would explain why this is called Mount Holly. Cobblestone trail meanders past 1,000 species of tropical plants. Indulge in this picturesque walk, which concludes at Main Way Station. You will find sitting at the base of Mount Perma, Reddington's second highest summit, a historic site described by scholars as significantly important to the realm's past. Featherfall Keep, the former home of Lord William Epson, has until recently always been a private residence. Lionel Epson left the estate never to return, The daughter stayed. I'm going to give this another picture because this seems important. And give that a better read at some point. Anything leaping out at me? No, I don't think so. I was really optimistic this would give me something. Trinsdale Lake. These aren't places I can go, so I'm not sure. And they're not going to give me hints about Fen Aries' sigil, because I already know that. Fen Aries' premier vacation destinations. However, on the southern shore of the lake, rub elbows with the rich and famous in the 100 Bells Tea Room. Alright, and then here's Mount Holly. I see it kind of looks like that sigil that we have as well. Oops. Or not sigil, the indicator we have. Tallest mountain in the Reddington Range and the highest peak in the entire realm. Only a few hours from Reddington to get to the trailhead. You won't need any local guides. Those willing to give the mountain planning will be greatly rewarded. This 80-acre mountain residence is almost as old as Reddington itself. The property has been completely private since the closing of the Mount Holly... Alright, let me just make one note about that. That says, Mount Holly Schoolhouse closed 66. Schoolhouse closed in 1966. That's probably important. And you can see it from a distance. Mainway Station Bazaar. Again, just not seeing anything with this magnifying glass. Is that a word? Kind of looks like a hidden word in there. I can't really read it. I might just be making things up. Yep. This, though, is really messing with me. The Reddington. And where is Mount Holly? Mount Holly is here. Route 8, depart. Keep left to Tanner Fork. Keep left to Tanner Fork. Well, that would be if you leave the 100 Bells tea room. Keep left to Tanner Fork. Turn right. Well, I guess, or if you're coming from here, whatever the hell is over here. Dead end. Record each stop along the way. Not sure. Maybe I need to know something about what's over here. Alright, sorry guys. That one's not telling me much. But I do get rarer rooms from here, so let's see. Ah, the gift shop. Sure. If I could make a whole bunch of money. It seems unlikely, though. What do I even have left to buy? Cursed coffers. Ooh. A permanent addition to the shrine. None would dare to open it. Maybe that's what truly opens cursed mode. Like permanent cursed mode. Alright. Had to do it. It was curious. I was curious. Shoot. Let's do the den. I think the only other thing I'd be interested in here is trying to get that metal detector and workshop. Ah! Or getting enough money to buy something from the armory. Now maybe we just make a bunch of dead... How many dead ends have we made? 1. We need to make a lot more to get that axe. So, make dead ends where I can. Ooh, yikes. I'm not gonna make the hallway, although this would cost me a key, but this would cost... Yeah. At some point soon, I'm gonna run into locked things, and that's a problem. Oh, God! I might be screwed anyway. I'm not built for curse mode, not yet. I will not open the cursed coffers. Oh, okay. All right, this is fair. 3 keys. I really should try to stop drafting hallways, though. Blue rooms are my friend today. The blueprints are my friend. All right, here's the armory. So what we want is stores, places I can get money and dead ends. Ooh boy. No, I don't think cloister yet. I want to kill your gem requirement, though. That's just going to make some... That's... Bedrooms cost steps. That's no worry at all. I get another gem in here. Keys are my problem, so avoid making hallways if at all possible. I can make the mechanarium. How many... I think I only have 1, though. It's only going to give me 1 door, right? Oops. I see it doesn't count itself. Well, that was a bit of a disaster. I thought it would at least count itself. Okay. Yikes. Well, live and learn. Sure, I can lose half my steps. It's not like I'm going to have much to do with them anyway. Oh, except I also then lose keys and... Sure, guys. I mean, I could make this and get a bunch of items, but then I'd have no way to go forward. So, this is... Curse mode sucks, guys. Oh, alright. Anyways, I did want to take a better look at this now, based on things I learned. And I have a magnifying glass. So, let's look at Mom. Her picture book Swimbird had been chosen as the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated Book of the Year. Marigold's second time winning this prestigious honor, her debut effort, The Red Prince, right? No stranger to the public eye, even before political associations that one might make with the Sinclair family. Right, and let me just go back and look again at my family tree. Because I think it was... If I look at that family tree again, which I have a photo of somewhere. Oh man, I hadn't saved that one. I need to do some screenshot organizing. Boy, I've got so many. All right, here we go. Yeah, okay. So Simon Sinclair, because yes, he said carry in her father's footsteps. So Simon Sinclair and the Sinclair family were probably Orinda Aries loyalists in general. Okay. My son was actually the one who got me to start writing. I think I didn't see anything in here. Not to my... Caleb Manning. The Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people. The Children of Black Water. RCLF. That's interesting. Maybe make a note there. RCLF. The Children of Black Water. Terrorist group? Maybe Mom was a terrorist. I mean, one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, but bombing, killing 4 people, detained by Red Guard. Popular author of victims of an unfortunate happenstance. Charged for criminal conspiracy. So, this publisher, suspicious. Should I recognize them? Oh, wait. Caleb Manning and Ruffington Press. And then she split from Ruffington Press. Seen at the corner, suspicious bag. Charged by the Crown. Manning was charged with grand treason. So maybe she had to distance herself from them even though she was involved. No trace of her. There's a little swan around her neck, right? I think that's what that is. Alright, here's a note. Important dates. Somewhere I have a list of important dates that I haven't really added to in a long time. But the date of Mom's disappearance. Mom disappears February 20, Friday before Feb 22nd, 1987. 5:45 p.m. Interesting. So, actually, she was last seen by a close friend getting into a carriage after a late luncheon. That actually is important. Late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room. Never arrived, and the carriage driver cannot be located. So that's where she was. Okay. The ruby crown of Orinda Aries is what was stolen and has been now hidden here at the estate. Thieves broke into the exhibit, stole the crown, which is hidden in room 46. Got it. And which I can pick up and use for drafting purposes, which is kind of funny. The evidence might suggest that the theft was politically motivated, as it clearly was. Burglars had simply vanished. Well, that was about 6 months after she disappeared. Dredging for clues. Okay. So before I leave, I want to go back there and take another look, because she disappeared. Mom disappeared from the 100 Bells Tea Room. Note. Mom disappeared from 100 Bells Tea Room. Okay. Well, that's actually convenient. I do want to go back and look at that book one more time, if I can. Of course, I've made my run a disaster now, which it was always gonna be. Sure, passageway. Give me more ways forward at the very least. Locked, of course. Whatever the archived plan is. Hey, at least that gets me into the Foundation. Some money and an apple. Make the coat check and stash this. That's locked. That's a security door. Curse mode is a beast, guys. Alright, well then my only way forward is out of passageway, and I need to make something with some keys. Oh my god, wait a minute. Is that everything? Oh, fuck. Well, okay, yeah, that ends it. I don't think I have enough. I'm gonna get enough money from the tomb to buy anything critical from the armory. And maybe if I hadn't bought the curse mode thing at the Mount Holly gift shop, but I couldn't resist. Alright, well, these were kind of busted days, but at least we got something, kinda. Okay, where is the library? It's back down there. Back through the armory. Yeah, I would need 32 for that, and while I will go take a look, I don't think I'm going to get quite to 32. Den. Mount Holly gift shop. Yeah, I can do this. Alright, one more time. Wait, actually, hold on. This is interesting. I can't, oh. Anne Babbage took it out. Lord Evanston took it out. M. Lowry took it out. Lord Evanson took it out sometime after Mom's disappearance. Maybe that has meaning. Okay. So, if she disappeared from the 100 Bells, depart, keep left to Tanner Fork, I keep doing that. Through downtown Reddington. Turn right. That's 100 Bells, Reddington, Tanner Fork. That really doesn't tell me much. But if that's how she escaped Ben Aries, that's something. But I don't think enough for me to learn much at this point in time. Well, I will stash it and hope it means more in the future. Alright, I'm just going to go check how much I actually have from the tomb. I'm running low on steps anyways because of weight room. Even if I have a lot of money, I might not make it back. It's not enough to buy much. This floor plan is the definitive dead end, or is it? And just out of curiosity, wait a minute. What's this? Oh, right, this is what I already opened. And then there's a skull. I'm part of the map, but I already have the whole map. Death Angel. Through here. But that leads to the other side of the reservoir, which I don't know how to open. Yeah, I think I've already been through all of this. Already came down here, right? Yeah, this is where I would be coming out of. That's not teaching me anything new. I'm just trying to look at any documents that I overlooked before. You are the angel who is in the cloister. And for some reason, I think lowering you might let me into the middle of the cloister, but it's the only thing I can think of. Where are those ruby candlesticks in here anyways? There are ones in here, right? Yeah, no, yes, you two. You two are what I'm desperately trying to light. Alright, where is the letter? Somewhere down here there's a letter to me. Where, oh wait, there's two places with ruby candlesticks. That's important. Oh, hang on, where? I know I've blundered around here before and found, Great Uncle Sinclair's grave, specifically. Somewhere. Alright, 4 ruby candlesticks in here for when I can. Oh, here it is, right. Sorry, just want to see if... Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that looks small, as is tradition. Alright. Well, not enough money to make any kind of thing, but hey, I bought the curse mode thing, so let's call it a day. Call it a day. Alright. We're free, everybody. We are free of the curse. I'm so sorry, Shrine. I didn't know. I didn't know. Alright. Plenty of steps. Lots of money. Let's go see if we can spend that money on the shrine. We've had quite a few bad days now. Trading post, route set. All right, let's do schoolhouse draw again. Why not? I don't think you have to go in to get that started. Now, we can do a couple early on, but they do cost gems, so let's keep that in mind. Library. All right. Sure. Let's get the library because the Curse of Blackbridge is something we've not taken out, and I would like to. Ooh, workshop. More classroom. Messy. I'm going to end up doing the same stupid thing, but I don't even have a blessing now. Well, now I can do some drafts. Redraw 12. Well, I don't need to. All right, I already made first and second grade, but I think now obviously I would have to turn down classrooms if I made any more. So let's continue. Oh, courtyard's wonderful. Because we get some gems. There's a trunk. Keep that in mind once we find some keys. Oh boy. How'd I make them so common? Can't turn it down. Passageway, den. I'm going to take spare room. I don't want to go draft out of the classroom yet. Oh my god. I mean, this is great, but I need something with some keys. Like West Wing Hall. I can redraw a lot here. Observatory, breakfast nook. Maybe observatory. I gotta count on getting those gems from it, though. Is there anything? Locksmith. Den. Den would give me a gem and a way forward. I do need gems. And hopefully nothing locks this early, right? Oh boy. Fine. A key, I suppose. Now, do I want to try burning that key on the thing to see if I get more keys? I think I'd probably rather save it for now. Alright, I cannot make a classroom out of here. I've got 4 already. I've got to, even if I am given the opportunity, make something else. I get lots of redraws, so that's not very good. I'm sure I can do better. Aquarium? Still think I can do better. Still think I can do better. Dining room gives me a way forward. Pantry gives me a way up. Up is probably better. I'll take pantry. Drawing room. Excellent. Because that, now, because I've solved it, that gives me a gem even though it costs a gem. And it gives me more redraws in each direction. Like this. Passageway, guest bedroom, none of those. Laboratory, chapel. Chapel works. I don't mind losing coins. That's so meaningless now. But, actually, I wish I could rotate it. And I might as well take the bedroom. Maybe I'll find something in here. Sometimes it has something. I feel like things in the bedroom have become less common. Ah, crap. That's not my only way forward, but I need to come out of drawing room now and try to get more... something with more keys. Maybe commissary is a good idea. Or no, pool hall. You get keys out of this. 13. 3 times 10 minus 20 is 10. Negative 5 times 2. Now here's the thing. Negative 5 times 2 is actually... no, sorry. I keep thinking it's negative 5 times negative 2 that would be 10. But negative 5 times 2 is negative 10, 14. So 4. And then, here's the trick. Negative 3 squared is 9. Good. Good. Some keys. Phenomenal. And a coin. Alright, can we get something going left here? A classroom goes left. That's nice. We're already up to grade 5, right? I gotta slow my shit, though. Should I go back to the bedroom and use one of these keys? Since this I'm gonna have more drafts out of, more redraws. Give me a better chance at more classrooms. Because the next classroom I get, I'm gonna have to spend a bunch of time in, because it's gonna be new to me. Let's do this. Aquarium is wonderful. Alright, I'm out of gems now as well. So, where was that? Steps are not really a problem, but I think I need to hustle back to the... Was it in the den? Or the courtyard? Just through the pantry. Right? Yep. Pantry, storeroom. Let's take a flyer. Like 2 gems and a key would be really nice. Or 2 keys. That's fine. But I'm out of gems. So I can now no longer draft classrooms until I find more. And that's a real problem. Alright, so what are we going to do? We're going to try out of the aquarium and see if we can find something that gets us gems. Just be a good idea to have at least 1 gem around. Alright, morning room will work. At least now I'm not completely stuck. Just curious if there was... but I forgot I don't have the magnifying glass anymore. Alright, what can we do here? Greater chance of finding... I think probably best that I just load up on stuff here. Need to make sure I have enough. Even though this blocks me out. If the goal is 8 classrooms. Ooh, car keys. Alright. What do you got? Ooh, okay. I'll take one. I'll use one here. Locksmith or corridor? I guess corridor or... That's just basically a free procedure. Locksmith might be good. I do have a lot of money, but... I'm actually more concerned about gems than keys right now. Classroom. Well... Oh, man. If I turn it down... If I take it, I literally can't draft a classroom here, here, or here. So I think for the first time, I'm actually going to have to turn down classroom. It just, as much as I want to see 6th grade, it does feel like they've gotten more frequent than they've been in the past. See, I'd take it now. Or I could take armory, which might build me up in the long run. Or I could do passageway, which gives me a lot of ways forward. That might be best. I hate to burn gems right now. But this would be the best. Alright, let's not yet. That's a security door. I knew I was getting close to security door levels. Archives, chapel, gross. I can't not see all floor plans. So I guess we're going to take chapel. But at some point up here, we're going to hit locks. I don't think the chapel doors are ever security doors. That would look weird. Ooh, coat check would be nice. But I'm not picking up anything from it. Let me get some observatory benefits here. I think drafting south is fairly rarely locked. A diamond, steps, more diamonds, let's go. And chests in the entrance hall. That is a huge help. Now. I'm wrong. Okay, well, what I want is classrooms. So, a classroom goes right every time, right? Yeah. Or, well, usually. I think some of them go in different directions. I think, though, I want to draft classroom out of... If I go in passageway, I think oh, wait. That's already... That was stupid. I forgot that was a security door. Fine. Whatever. The chapel's not a big deal anymore. What can we do here? Alright. Well, let's just take it. I mean, security is tempting, but this is new. Plus, it makes a loop around the chapel. So, we're just going to try it. We've got grade 6 for the first time. What are they... Huh? History is penned by the victors. Yes, it is. So here's the war between Orinda Ares and Fen Ares. Yeah, I know this. Oh, next slide. The war. Fen Ares and Orinda Ares. Got it. The rejoicing of the victory of Fen Ares. The crowning of, well, I think they said Fen himself was killed, so, the crowning of whoever got to be king afterwards. The destruction of the railroads. Now, actually, let me go back. That's interesting. Because I think Orinda Ares was a railroad kingdom, right? Hold on. Let me go back to my list of... Sigils? Oh boy. All right, I can't confirm this, but I think I have to. I look back at when I made the sigil in the sanctum, but I think Orinda Ares was a railroad kingdom, and is vengeance. They must have destroyed the railroads and made them just ordinary roads because that's what Fen Ares likes. Yep. A great celebration. There's a dirigible of some sort up there. History. Ooh, what's this? History multiple choice worksheet. Who was the first king? Which city is named after a historical figure? How many sons did the fourth king have? Which realm did not ally? Had full staff after the war. Alright, I'm gonna have to take a photo of that. I can go back to my copy of the, it's definitely not Desolates. So I'd have to look back at the history. Let's get this picture here, because on my own time I will probably do a review here to try to figure out, because I'm sure this is correct. I don't know whether this is. I don't know whether this is. I don't know whether this is. I don't think this is, because Fen was an actual historical person. I don't know what this is. So I think 2 is wrong. I think 6 is right. But I'll have to go back to my history book. Oh, wait. Unless I might just be able to learn. I didn't realize there were 4 other ones here. All right, where we've seen everything, so let's learn. All right, so we're gonna now be comparing these test results to learn something. Anybody get it mostly right? 4 out of 6. Let's see what we have here for our results. 4 out of 6 and 4 out of 6. Okay, let's look at these guys who all got 4 out of 6 and see what they said about the first. Well, I know that's wrong. Desolates was definitely not the first king because the history book. So I'm guessing General Teskin. So here, here's my quiz. I'm gonna write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First ruler of Fen Ares, and we think it's Teskin. General Teskin. Now, which city in Fen Ares is named after a historical figure? Let's just compare and see. Oris. Oh, she said Oris. Reddington. Interesting. Whoops. Music just cut out. I thought it was Fen, because maybe Fen isn't a city. Most of them are saying Oris. Let's go to 3. How many sons did the fourth king have? 60 and 6 seems like a stretch. Most people are saying 2. Most people are saying 2. So let's just say probably 2. War of the Fifth Era, they say 22 years. The entire era, 22 years. The most frequent is 22. So let's say, how long... We will test these theories. Did War of... And again, I could just go look at my textbook. This is open book. Fifth Era take 22 years. Well, actually, just in case this makes this easier, let me go look back at I could even look at the censored textbook, which is easier for me to find. Oh wait, no, I have the real one. I actually have the real one here. So the fourth king of Orindia split between children, but that wasn't the question, right? Wait, how many sons did he have? Um, his middle child is only daughter, so two. Yep, that's for sure. I know that. How long did the War of the Fifth Era? Fourth era, the fifth era, the Fensurrection. That's right. 22 long years. Okay, great. That's easy enough. Which let's see, Arch Aries and Nuance, but Eraja did not. Which, thankfully, having the book makes this much easier. Realm did not ally Eraja. And which flag was forbidden? That's going to be the black flag, obviously. Black flag. Okay. So now let's see. Actually, doesn't mention General Teskin anywhere in here. Oh, wait. The self proclaimed Prince Learson declared himself the monarch. All right. So never mind. Not General Teskin. God, they don't remember their own George Washington? All right. So wrong, wrong, right, right, right. So Reddington must be named after a historical figure. Which city is named for a historical figure? Reddington. Make sense? How many? All right. So now, if those are my answers, let's check them via each one of these. Who is the first crowned ruler? No, wrong. Obviously, wrong. Well, right, right. Okay, well, we have a problem. Something here that we've got is incorrect. Because this, based on my answers, this should be 3 of 6. Good name blows virtues. Who is the first crowned ruler of Fen Aries? Well, actually, I guess maybe it wouldn't be Prince Learson. He declared himself the true monarch, but he wasn't. Oh, and no, Learson died. Learson died. That's what the book said. So it has to be General Teskin. So, based on that, then I must have been wrong about Reddington being the place that was named, and it has to be Oris. All right, so by our new theory, the answers are General Teskin, Oris, 2, 22, Eraja, Black Flag. Wrong, right, right, wrong, right, right. 4 out of 6. Right, wrong, right, right, wrong, right. 4 out of 6. Wrong, right, right, wrong, wrong, right. Okay, 3 out of 6. Great. We had to read that a little bit more closely to say that even though Prince Learson proclaimed himself, he then promptly cacked it in the war. All right. Unfortunately, we can't draft out of there. We can draft north of the passageway, I guess. But at some point we got to go back down here, and I guess maybe we should try to. Should we try to go for a classroom? We have the gems. I think we should. I swear classrooms are more frequent now. I feel like the first time I tried to do a classroom run, it was so hard to get another classroom. All right, pool hall. It was so hard to get all the classrooms. All right, so anything right works, but what would be nicest, we get 10 redraws. So let's just shoot for classroom. Nope. 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 I mean, this would give me ways forward, but there it is. All right, we're going left. All right, grade 7. Hold on, I'm about to be talking a whole bunch more, so let me take a drink of water. How much space do we have left to get one more classroom? Quite a bit, honestly, if we can, have enough keys. And also, I might be able to make the 8th classroom just out of here, right? I have a gem for it. Algebra. A squared, B minus 3 squared. Yep. Okay. Spot the difference. What are they going for in here? These test comparisons are going to kill me. Okay. Advanced functions. Square. Oh boy. This could be rough. All right. 9 out of 12. Okay. We're just going to have to write each of these down. And then we'll have to figure out which ones are the right answers just by comparing each of these. How many do we have? We've got Zach Branson, who does not have good handwriting, and Sandra. Remember, don't square till you're there. Okay. So she got 7 out of 12. All right, I'm gonna write down each. Gotta make a chart here. This is gonna be tough. So 3. Oh God, I wonder if I have some colored anything, like colored pencil here would be so helpful for making this note for myself. But all right, we're gonna make a chart here of 12 things, and then what's gonna be the best way to do this? I think I want to make like Branson's answer, and then the other two's answer, and then a correct answer. So function on line 1, and then we've got Branson and Zach and Sandra. And then the correct answer. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome. Now I have to write down the test, go through each one and see what they do. And then, let's see, Sandra was 7 of 12. And I think Branson was 8 of 12. And Zach was 9 of 12. So the ones they agree on are probably going to be the easiest to figure out. Like this first one should be pretty easy, right? Like, 3 squared is going to be 9. So this square and circle means squared. This square and circle means squared in 5. We already know yellow is subtraction. Diamond in circle is going to mean square root, right? We can assume that these top 4 are probably correct because they're the easy ones. And that's what would make sense. So 3 squared is 9. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 12. Wait a minute, but that doesn't make sense because square root of 12. Because this makes sense because 3 squared minus 5 is 4. But maybe this doesn't mean this because the square root of 12 minus 2, 12 doesn't have a square root. So maybe this just means divided by 4. I get lost on that pretty quickly. Yeah, it's because this... All right, what this means I'm not sure about. Unless maybe he's wrong about that. All right, let me finish making my chart. Do it, do it, do it, do it. This is going to take a while, guys. This is going to be what we're doing today. All right. The function, which to avoid being distracted, let's look at the teacher's copy here. So we've got 3 squared in a circle, and the 3 is blue. Blue. And then I'm going to just go across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 16 in a diamond in a circle and it's blue. And then we've got blue 3 in the squared circle, 5 yellow. And then the 4th is 12 in the diamond circle and 2 in yellow. Blue, okay? 5th is 7 and then 5 in the squared circle. Circle. And the 5 is yellow and the 7 is blue. 6 is 30 and then 5 in the diamond circle, blue, yellow. 7 is 3 blue, and I'm just gonna call this pink, right? So, and then 2 squared circle. 8 is 21.7 blue in this sort of wavy thing. Woo it, woo it. Great. 8 is 2 in the squared circle, blue. I didn't make a note that other one was pink. Blue squared circle, and then 1 in the pink one in the squared circle. 10 is 21.7 in the circle with double wavy lines. Double wavy lines. All right. And, oh, that one's blue. All right. 11 is insane. 5 pink. Oh, sorry. 5 blue. 2 in the squared circle. Pink. 5 blue. And then 95 in the squared circle, yellow. I'm not even sure. It might not even have benefited me to actually write down all these operations. What matters is their answers at first for finding out which is correct and which is wrong. I bet one of these, though, they're going to have all gotten wrong, and I'm going to need to be able to deduce from that what the actual functions mean. All right, 12 is 59.6 in a circle with 3 waves. 2, 3, 2, 3, 59.6. And then that's blue and 59.6 yellow. Okay. Now let's look at everybody's results. This is the easy part. We just have to write down what they did. Brandon said 9, 61, 4, 19, 16, negative 400, 36, 20, 16, 22, 100, and 40. Zach, who is the smartest kid in the class, let's do Zach first. Zach said 9. He said, did he say? Hold on a second. I just want to make sure I copied this correctly, right? He did say 61. Okay. Zach's smartest kid in the class says 9, 4, 4, 2, 4, 52, 36, 22, 16, 20, 10, and 40. Okay. And then Sandra said 9, 61, 4, 19, 44. Everybody's got a different answer for number 5. 52, 12, 22, 4, 20, nothing, and 1. Remember, don't square till you're there. All right. So, based on that, what can we deduce? We know that they do this by blue is add. Add, it always is. Yellow is subtract. But now the order of operations, and then pink, I believe, is multiply. Pink is multiply. So let's go through this and see what we can figure out. So obviously, the correct answer to 1 is 9. 2 of them say the correct answer to this one is 61. And they all say the correct answer to 3 is 4. Now, 7 plus 25. So they all disagree on number 5. So based on my understanding would be 7 plus, because 5 squared, or negative 5 squared should be 25, right? Plus 7 would not be 44, it would be 32. So the fact that, there's 3 different answers for number 5, this one here. 16, 4, and 44. Could they have all gotten it wrong? All right, I'm going to operate on the assumption that if any two of them share an answer, that's probably the correct answer. Now that could be leading me astray, but hopefully it doesn't lead me astray. So let's assume, if we assume that, the fact that they all got this one correct and this one correct means that square with a circle is indeed square it. Square with the circle and then subtract does mean this. Now 3, right, yeah. So the second one now, two of them said 61. Now I'm curious. Let me operate under this assumption. Hold on. If I say 61 and then I want to do some comparisons here to say how many of these would they each have correct, right? So check, 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 X, check, X, check, X, unknown, check. Brandon got 8 out of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of the ones where there's at least two of them share an answer, that would be 7 of his are correct. That makes sense. Zach would have 1, that's wrong. 2, that's wrong. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he must be right on either. So question 5 and question 11 are the ones I'm unclear on. And let's see Sandra now. Sandra, based on this assumption, 1, 2, 3, 4, unknown, 5, 6, 7, but has to be wrong on everything else. So it's definitely, that's not 44, that's not 12, that's not 4, and that's not 1. That all tracks, but it doesn't tell me what questions 5 and 11 are. So let's go back to the teacher's worksheet so we're not distracted by. So everything that I've sussed out so far makes sense. The only thing I don't know is question 5. Brandon said 16, Zach said 4. Question 11, Brandon said 100, Zach said 10. And if my assumptions here are correct, then one of them has to be, between these two, one of them has to be right on one of them has to be right on the other. So, now that we know all of that, now we know what the correct answer is, let's see if we can figure out what, for instance, diamond in circle means. If diamond in circle of 16 is 60, whoa, it just means flip them. Right? Is that what it means? Diamond in circle means literally just flip the digits? What would this, so what's the answer to 4? 19, 21 minus, that's what it means. Okay. So now we know. So square in circle equals x to the second. Diamond in circle equals flip digits. Now, 5 is still gnawing at me because there must be some order of operations thing here I'm not getting. What about 6? 6 is 52. So 30. So the first four now make sense to me. The first four now make sense to me because this is 21 with flip digits minus 2 makes it 19. 5, I don't know because I can't get it's either 16 or 4. It has to be either 16 or 4. But 7 is this squared. Maybe this means something different when it's a yellow number within it. Maybe pass on that one for a moment. But then 30. We know that this one has to be 52. But how do you flip the digits of 5? I lose it at this point. Okay. Maybe it means something different. So x squared. So a blue, the color has to change things. A blue inside a square means that. A blue inside a triangle means flip digits. A yellow inside a triangle. How does that turn the 5 into what it would have to be? 22. I don't know how. I don't know what operation you can put on this 5 if the idea is to make it 52 to be correct. Let's pass on that one for a moment. 7 is 36. So what do you do to 3? And then this 2 could be 3 times. What's 3 times to make 36? 3 times 12. So this could be advanced functions. All right, well hold on. So what's 9? 9 we think is 16. So this would be 4 plus, so 4 plus x plus question mark equals 16. That makes sense somehow. And then 3 plus the question with the 2, sorry, plus the 2 in the squared circle, pink 2 in the squared circle is 16. 3 plus the pink 2 in the squared circle is 36. No, sorry, 4 plus the squared 1. Oh my god, I'm making a mess of things. So let me do it again. 4 and then the squared box around 1 equals 16. 3 and the squared box around 2 equals 36. So is it a multiplication factor? So if it's multiplying, which it is, right? Because that is a 2. 4 times 4. So the 1 becomes a 4. And the 2 becomes a 12. Three times the 2 becomes a 12, right? If the correct answer to that 7th one is 36. Let's go back and look at our where's our class hotshot here, Zach, not Sandra. he's got this as being 36. And we think he's correct about both of these. 3 in that 2 times 12. 3 times 12 is 36. 4 times 4 is 16. What can you do to 2 where you do the same thing to 1? What can you do to 2 to make it 12 where you do the same thing to 1 and makes it 4? My God. I don't know. All right. That said, I think I can at least figure out these this rounding thing, right? So I think the I'm reasonably sure that the rounding thing, because that's clearly what this is. This is round to the nearest decimal point. This is going to mean round down to the nearest this is going to mean rounded down to the nearest 10 probably, or round to the nearest 10. So this is going to be round to the nearest integer. I'm pretty sure about that. Yep. 1 is going to be round to the nearest integer. X round to nearest 1. Well, maybe these guys were both wrong about the last one. Is that possible? I don't think it is possible. So this thing must, because I'm wondering if this is round to the nearest... No, I get it. No, they are both right about this. Because this is round to the nearest integer, right? So 40. And this is going to be round to the nearest hundredth. So 100 minus 60 equals 40. All right, I figured that out. So 2x equals round to the nearest 10. And 3 means round to the nearest 100. Okay. What's destroying me, though, what's destroying me is how these don't align with what I think they should be. I should think that if this is the same function applied to this, they've got 16, 4, and 44. I should think that this would be negative, depending on how they do it. But a 5 squared is 25. So, if they have 7 minus 25, that should be negative 18. And what's the note that she puts over here? Don't square till you're there. That's interesting. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Don't square till you're there. That's the secret. Even though this is circled in here, you do it afterwards. So 7 minus 5 and then squared is 4. Got it. So even though it's only this number, there you have a completely fucked up version of PEMDAS. Don't square till you're there. So that makes 4 correct. Means Zach got this one right, and Branson got it wrong. And then so whatever this circle thing is, you don't do it when the circle is around the second number. I got to make a note to this. When I'm literally going to use the teacher's thing. Don't square till you're there. Meaning the circle function takes place after plus or minus. All right, that changes everything. When the circle function takes place after plus or minus when it's on the last digit. That's nicely conveyed with the teacher's note. The last digit. Or we're going to have to play with that when it comes to this one. But let's play with our new theory now. So, all right, so now that makes sense that these two were flipped because 30 minus 5 is 25. Flip it, 52. Perfect. Brilliant. So the correct answer to 5 is definitely 4. All right, so this does mean flip the digits. Perfect. All right. So now let's look at this again. Now that we know that this is done afterwards, 3 times 2, or sorry, yes, 3 times 2 is 6, squared is 36. And 36 is the correct answer for this one. Got it? Round to the nearest integer, perfect. Now, when this is done, I think you have to do the function and then the thing. So 2 squared, yep, is 4, times 1 is 4, squared is 16. Perfect. All right, now we know, based on the yeses and nos that we've seen here, that this last one has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brandon has to have gotten this one right. So the answer here is 100, not 10. So just in honor of you, Brandon, we're going to come... Branson. I'm sorry, Branson. You got this right, that this is 100. So 5 times 2... 5 times 2 is 10 squared is 100. 10 squared equals 100. That's the order of operations. Plus 5 is 105. Minus 95 equals 10 squared equals 100. All right. We understand their completely fucked up math system now. Oh, that's unreal. Note to self, however, this you do after the addition and subtraction functions. This you do before addition and subtraction. This you do before. Okay. Don't square till you're there. The circle function takes place after the plus or the minus. Beautiful. Oh, that was fun. Ooh, that was a really nice brain teaser, everybody. Oh boy. I'm going to need a moment. And of course, by a moment, I mean I'm going to need to draft another classroom and wreck my brain all over again. We got a lot of redraws here. Oh, man, we're going to get it right away. Now, the only problem is, no, I don't see a problem. Grade 8. Well, the only problem is I now have to... Oh, we're learning Erajan. All right, guys, I'll cut this out. I need to go put some water in something. I'm losing my mind on this. And now I have to do a whole nother nonsense. So bear with me, please. Hang on. All right, we're back. I got to admit, guys, I know foreign language class that this has already gone on a really long time, and I can't say I'm super eager to tackle yet another brand new puzzle. I think I've already been doing this for about an hour and a half. Is it only an hour and a half? It might be more like an hour and 45 minutes. Sorry, taking care of something. But I can't put this down now. I've reached rank 8. Erajan. Translate the following phrases. Hello, can you teach me a new word? The large house is towards... All right. Wow. Word house. Early Erajan did not use any verbs, so today the rare usage of verbs are comprised almost entirely of loan words and are mainly used to describe physical actions. All right? So I'm going to write this down. I'm going to need it. Erajan. Vocab. So Lor. Word. Hew. House. Terre. Tree. Yate. Gate. Loon. Water. Dow. Day. Nigh. Night. Array. Future. Okay. And then note. Note. Verbs are loan words and only used for physical actions. Now, I've seen before that lore, meaning word, was something hidden in a new clue, right? Lore, meaning word, jor is name, right? Where was that? Let me look through my madman scribbles here. Lore means word, jor means name. So why don't I just add here that jor must mean name. And add a note back over here that these are Erajan words. Okay. So maybe mom's book had some hints in Erajan. All right. And then affix. Major. Small name. That must be what she was saying in that hint in a new clue. The suspect is major. Except I think that was in red. So maybe it means that the suspect in that must actually have a long name. Okay. All right. Affixes. Erajan affixes. So, aj, first, ma, small, of, toward, nev, new, the start of, L, okay, with an asterisk here, I, me. All right, so these are prefixes. And then suffixes. All right, we got ja, last, am, large, vo, away, ven would mean old, the end of, and lay would mean a lack of myself. A lack of myself. And paired with a verb, I'm guessing that means I won't. paired with verb, I won't. And then I, me, paired with verb, and then ul and el is a question mark, but something with a verb as well. Ul and lu means something as well. I won't, paired with verb, I will. Okay, we've scribbled everything down. We've taken notes. God, it feels like I'm back in school myself. 3 more words that we don't know. Well, al-jor. So, what would that be? First name, right? First name. Ul go. Well, we don't know what go means, right? Ul means something. Nev, Dao. We've got no. Oh wait, Nev. So maybe new. Oh, new day. New day. But we don't have anything for ul, except, well, we know that that's some sort of prefix. We don't know what go is. So I'm guessing al jor means something like, or ajlor, first name or first word. Ajlor, first word. Ulgo, unsure, because we don't know what go means. And Nev Dao, new day, which might be something like good morning. All right, I've been dreading this moment. Let's look at the worksheets. We've got 3 of them. Hello, can you teach me a new word? 4 out of 6. Oh boy. All right, we're going to do these. We're going to have to do these again. We're going to have to do this exact same thing again that we just did. You should remember the Erajan terms for these. 5 out of 6. Oh boy. All right. Time to open a brand new sheet and go nuts again. So let's write down the 6 things we're trying to learn and then exactly what these 3 students wrote. So, boy. 1, I just got done doing this, man. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to have to write in pretty small letters here. 6. All right, and the phrases. So, and then we've got Maurice, who got 5 of 6. Trissa, who got 4 of 6. And Phoebe got 4 of 6. Was it Maurice, Trisha, and Phoebe? All right. So we got the base one here. And then Maurice, Trisha, Phoebe, and finally on the right, the correct answer. All right, so let's write down the questions. Hello, can you teach me a new word? Great. The large house is towards the east. Is toward the east. Okay. I will swim at dawn. I won't read at night. The branches of the tree are old. The tree are old. And finally, the trunk of the tree is small. Of the tree is small. So we're going to learn when we go through this. Oh boy. By going through these answers and figuring out which ones are actually correct, we're going to learn more important words. And I've got a space to write down those words that I learn. So Maurice said for hello, can you teach me a new word? Aljor Nevlor. All right. Huam Ovet. Ovet. I will swim at dawn. It's going to be tricky to figure out which one of these he got wrong. El swim. Nevadu. Or Nevdau. Yeah, that makes sense. Right? As what is El with a verb means I will. And so I will swim at a new day. I'm pretty sure he got that one correct. I can figure that out that much. I won't read at night. Read le nai. Right, the le at the end means I won't. And does nai mean night? Yeah, I think he got that one correct as well. The branches of the tree are old. He wrote Ven Traven. And the trunk of the tree is small. He wrote Main V Tray. Did we get tree at any place? Tray, yes. Mainv. What was small? Small. Ma. Nev. The trunk of the tree. Ma nev tray. Small. Trunk. Or small nev tree. Yeah, okay. And then so which of these could he have wrong? The large house is toward the east. Maybe et doesn't mean east. Maybe he got that one wrong. All right, let's get everybody else's thing in. What we got? We got Trissa. Aljor Utich Nevlor. Ultich Nevlor. I don't think so because they said, well, would teaching be a physical action? Maybe they gave it to her. Oh, Huam Ovet again. You know what? Aljor was Aljor or Ajlor. Sorry, I have to remember Ajlor. So maybe Maurice missed the first one because he forgot the verb. El swim Nevdau, yep. Nevdau. I think Trissa got these first four correct, but she was missing here that the beginning of and the end of the are the things that you actually do to represent these. Elswim Nevdau, Riedel Nai. Whatever, I wrote Riedel Nail for Maurice's. Riedel Nai. And then she screwed these up because she basically did the equivalent of going Hola, Wero Izzo L.O. Librario Branch Ven Mat Trunk. All right, so I think she got these first four correct. And meaning I think Maurice got everything correct except Aljor Nevlor. And I think the last one is going to give me the chance to confirm that because he forgot he over here good as he is, had no verb. I'm not even going to write these down because that's obviously wrong. Let's test our theory with, yes, Phoebe. Aljor, Ulteach, Nevlor, which is correct. Huam Ovet. Elswim Ajdau. No, she biffed it. And then Lerid Nye, she biffed it. All right, that's fine. That gives me enough information to confirm that the first is Aljor Ulteach Nevlor. Second is Huamovit, Elswim Nevdau, Riedle Nye, Ven Treven, Manwetri. And why is that Manwetri? Because the trunk of the tree is small. Small. Away? Hold on. Is that what Marie said too, right? Man uwe tree. The beginning of. Right. Ma nuwe. So the big thing that we learned from this is nuwe tree would be the trunk. Nuwe tre equals trunk of tree because it's the beginning of the tree. And the end of would be ven tre, would be the branches of a tree. So instead of having words for trunk and branches, Erajan just does it conceptually. Okay, great. I think I pulled everything I needed to out of this, but just for sanity's sake, I'm going to take photos of these two as well, even though I wrote down the entire thing. Because I have to admit, I saw in the trophy room that there's a final exam. And I think that in order to get the final exam, I'm required to draft one more classroom. And unfortunately, I can't do it out of here because I can't do redrafts. The good news is that if I ever have to do this classroom run again, I don't actually have to spend a whole fucking bunch of time actually learning in the classrooms. I can just draft. But maybe it'll give me that last classroom. I can hope, right? Because I feel ready to take a final exam on the stuff that we learned in here. I hope I am. I feel like I understand every concept they've been trying to ingrain. So, hit me with it. And if I have to go back to school, I just redraft the rooms and restudy. All right, what do we got? Yeah, I figured we were going to be in lock territory. Should we do Rotunda? I think Rotunda would be an excellent idea here. But then I also think that we should go back down to Passageway and do something here. Can we get into the foundation? Ooh, yikes. Well, I can't do that anyway, so, well, it's suboptimal, but I'm not worried. I bet I can make dining room sometime soon. Make sure I keep a gem just in case it gives me the last classroom. I guess we're doing guest bedroom. That's okay, though, because that gives me steps back. Not that steps are super... I guess I can get this. How do I get the 9th classroom that I need for the final exam is a big question that I'm facing right now. Also, where am I going to find more keys? Because I'm in real key trouble. Yeah, I think... Oh! It's been a while. Let's go say hi to Alzara. Hey, buddy. It's been a dog's age. I've been thinking, it's been absolutely forever. Also, just out of curiosity, locked. Okay, yeah, I had a feeling. I may have screwed myself here, because I think anywhere I'm going to go out of this rotunda is going to be locked. And I don't have any storerooms. I don't have any ways to draft more keys. So, fair enough. But, what do you got for me, Alzara? Been a while. Let's take some notes back in my old, very, very old Alzara page.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened for
One last time.
by the sound of a dropping horn.
Really, this is your last prophecy.
You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to impart to you one final vision.
One final vision. Interesting. Not gonna talk about it?
In the dim,
In the dim.
I see cavern walls of stone. A hollow lit by a sea of 1,000 burning stars.
Burning stars.
I see a treasure buried beneath the cliff rocks.
Yeah. I think I know that.
A black mirror.
Black
hidden
mirror
among
hidden.
the memories of the falling sands. And within the black mirror, I see a figure. A figure standing in sullen snow.
Kind of looks like me. A figure in snow within. So dramatic.
All of what I have told you, my young Baron, I wish you to now know. Until we meet again some distant day, I will have nothing more to say.
All right. And you're done forever. I have a feeling I'm going to need to rewatch, like maybe on YouTube or something, his 4 prophecies. I think he has 4 prophecies. My young Baron. That's cool. Maybe I can't unlock this again. I've been noticing this hasn't been unlockable for a really long time. And maybe that's because he won't give me that last one until I am the Baron. Alright. I know it is hoping beyond hope that I can do anything out of this rotunda. You know, given. It's just gonna be... Oh! I got some. Well, did I ever make security room? I don't think I did. I never made security room. Everything on the 9th floor is always going to be locked. I can rotate. Oh, these floor plans cannot be rotated. Fine. I'm going to make utility closet and just turn off the keycard entry system. Whatever. Toggling of breaker switches may result in some unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Okay. I'm just thinking like on the absolute off chance I managed to make security room or something. I don't know. All right, obviously the way to the top is going to be locked. I'm out of keys. I have no way to get keys. I spent my whole day on classrooms. But, I mean, I got to 8 classrooms, guys. Yeah, all right. Locked. And I put so much together from them. Locked. All right. That ends today's run. I can't think of anywhere I could get keys, right? Nothing, nothing. I mean, there's chests in the main hall. But I don't have a sledgehammer or anything to muck with those. So, it's been a long day. It's been a long, long episode. I think I'm just going to call it there. I think the next time I do the schoolhouse, I'm just going to do a run through it and try to make sure that that last classroom I have opens up to somewhere where I can draft until I think I can get a ninth. I think it's been communicated to me that I can get a 9th classroom, and that's where I take the final exam. Now, I have all my notes from everything. I don't want it to be too long until I take that final exam, or I'll frickin' forget everything. But I think I now fully understand the 8 concepts taught in the 8 rooms. Why don't I just do a rerun through, because it's been a little while since I did like grade 3 and grade 2. Why don't, since I have a few steps left, let's just hit up, I mean, I'll have to look through them again before I do final exam. But hey, since it's not like we're going anywhere, we have anything else to do, let's head back down to the lowest ranks. I don't need to look at this classroom again. Boudoir, corridor, aquarium. I mean, unless I just stumbled across a key somewhere. I don't think I ever did anything to spread keys. Hey, look, a broken lever I looked past. Still look past stuff. I think I drafted the earliest classrooms way, way down there. So let's go through pool hall here. Art class. Yeah, this one's easy. This is the art puzzle. Grade 7, already spent time in. Oh, grade 8. Okay, so that was 7 and 8. Actually, I forgot where I drafted each one. I'm running low on steps. That's fine. That's fine. Pantry. Classroom. Right. This is where I figured out all the sigils of each of the... Yep. I put that together. Six. What was this classroom? Grade 3. Been a while since I did grade 3. Here, there's an apple I never picked up. What did we learn in grade 3? Elements. Water, ice, steam. That's... I'm not sure why this was... If this is going to play into the final exam, because it's basic knowledge. Here's our periodic table. We could always reference an actual periodic table if we truly needed it. What was in 2nd grade? 2 chests in the entrance hall I can't use. Such a bummer. Oh, more steps that I didn't get my first time through. Oh, right. Yeah, this math, which we know, right? Yeah. And that's 6 times 1 times 3, 18. So if we... And just to review, 9 out of 12. correct, wrong, correct, 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 wrong. That's his second wrong one. Correct, correct, correct. This one's got to be wrong, right? Yeah, this one's wrong. All right. Yeah, we understand our operations, both simple and complex. I understand equations both the simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem, I am teeming with a lot of news. With many simple facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many simple facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many simple facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. Is it simple or cheerful? I don't remember the line. Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic uniform and tell you every detail of Caractacus's uniform. In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a baron of a Reddington. All right. Folks, it has been a long episode. I am going to call it a day. Thank goodness I'm not cursed anymore. Thank goodness I've figured out everything that they want me to know from the classrooms. That 7th grade one was really, really hard, but I'm very proud of finally putting it together. The fact of not doing the squaring operation or the flipping of the numbers operation till after you do the multiplication was really tough to wrap my head around. But I got there. All right, I'm going to call it a day. Hopefully I get some more time to play tomorrow. Love you all. Throw me those likes, subscribes, comments. I'm up to 29 subscribers somehow, which is great. Hopefully some more of you who are watching will hop on the subscribe and stay with me on the Blueprints train. I love it. I love this game. Have a good one, everybody. I've been Zeigler Jaguar, and I made a college, or at least a K through 8 school. I will see you next time.